Okay, good morning. Welcome to
KidMath number 53.
KidMath number 53. So we spent the morning deriving a really neat formula in math called the quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula tells us how you solve a quadratic equation in general. And here's what the solution is. X equals minus b plus or minus b squared minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay? Can you tell me a couple of the ideas that went into how did we go from here to here? Because tomorrow I'm going to have you give a lecture about it.
Well, we used completing the square.
Okay, we used completing the square.
And we divided by this a coefficient, so we could get the coefficient here to be 1.
Ah, okay, good, good. Those are two important ideas that were in this. So, in fact, the first thing we did was divide by a, so that we got a quadratic equation with a 1 on the x squared. And we liked that because we knew how to solve equations that started with 1x squared.
Yes, and then we had to divide this, when we divided everything by a, we had to divide this, b over a, by 2.
By 2, and why? What technique were we using then?
Well, we can use our general x plus a.
Well, what's the name of the technique that we were using after we divided by a?
It isn't really completing the square.
Oh, it is. It is really completing the square. And so
completing the square.
Completing the square. So we were using completing the square to get this formula. And the nice thing about this is once you've gone through it, you have a general solution. And so now just tell me any quadratic equation.
Let's do 2x squared minus 7x plus 13.
Okay. Have you ever seen this equation ever in your life?
No.
Okay, I need somebody from the audience. Okay, no, we just made this one up, right? But this tells us what the solution is. So what does a equal?
A is 2, b is minus 7, and c is 13.
C equals 13. Okay, so solution is x equals what? What's the first part?
Well, we have minus b,
okay.
7.
So minus b is minus 7, so minus b is 7, plus or minus the square root of?
Of 49.
Okay.
Minus
4
times 26.
Okay, and what's that?
Well, 4 times 26 is 104.
104, okay, so 49 minus 104.
Over
whole thing divided by
4.
4. Okay, so we get x equals 7 plus or minus what now? 49 minus 104. What's that?
Well, let's see. So 60. I have a cool way just for doing this part.
Okay, what is it?
So I do 104 minus 49 and I take the negative.
Okay, yeah, that is a pretty cool way to do it.
So, let's see. So we have 104 minus 40 is 64.
Okay.
And then 55, so minus 55.
Okay, 7 minus square root of minus 55 over 4, which simplifies to be what?
7 plus or minus I times the square root of 55 over 4.
So that's pretty neat. So that's a pretty complicated number, right?
Yeah.
7 plus or minus I times the square root of 55 over 4. It may have taken us a while, starting from scratch on this one,
yes,
to get to that. But fortunately, we were able to do it in general this morning. Okay. So your homework assignment for today is actually to understand the derivation of this, which is still up on the board over there,
yes,
and is also in the book. So I'm going to want you to go through that so that tomorrow you can give a lecture about it. Okay? All right, good job, sweetie. That's a very neat thing. It's a really kind of a fun milestone in math that you saw today. Good job.